So you join me on the Axopar 22 Spyder, revealing it for the first time in this stunning configuration here, which offers you a fantastic big sun pad. You still have loads of storage underneath with a big locker that opens up. However, here you have a big bench either side, a rear bench, and this fill-in section, which also enables you then to open this whole space out as a big sun pad. The completely bare boat, which we've tested with the 115, showcases a craft with just simply the bench seat on the rear. This enables you to have a really big, open, wide expanse to go fishing and use it as a utilitarian craft. This style offers you loads of social space, and then when you put the infill in, gives you this really nice sun pad, with the addition of some cushions on the poles on the side. This keeps you really comfortable, doesn't dig in the metal into your back, and this creates a really nice space to enjoy while at anchor. Moving forward, you have two fantastic seats which you may recognize from the 28 and 37. These spin around, so you can, when you have the sofa arrangement there, you can really socialize all together. Underneath the infill is a pop-up table as well. So if you want to all dine at anchor, spin these two seats around, have the U-shaped sofa, and you've got a perfect platform to enjoy a lovely evening meal or whatever you want to be doing on board the boat. The console is pretty cool for a boat of this size. We have a lot of protection from this screen. It's in its sport mode right now, the most aerodynamic setting. However, if the weather was to become a little bit more inclement, start to rain, be in a big seaway, you can have a lot of protection, not only from the wind, but from the elements, being able to expand your boating, lowering that fatigue factor. So I'm about 5'9", 5'10", and this is the perfect level because the windscreen is not blocking my eye vision. So I can see this little black bead across here, but I've still got clear vision below and above. Got really nice protection, both on the sides as well. So if I have it in this position and I'm leaning while at the helm, I'm well protected below the top of the windscreen. You may see these two fins and think, well, what are these sort of blades for? You may think they may hit your knee while at the helm. Well, actually, they don't, because I thought that originally. Your knee is quite far away from these two blades, and while I've been at sea, they haven't been in the way at all. But they're very neat because these obviously are the first craft to come out of the factory. The vessels that dealers receive will have these blades that then come out and lock into the bulwarks, giving you further protection from the elements, which really lowers that fatigue and creates a really nice, enjoyable little mini GT behind this helm. What else to say about the helm? Well, you have a non-slip pad on a nice footplate. You've got this really nice high quality Isotta steering wheel with an Axopar embossed logo. You have the Mercury DTS throttle right where you need it to be. Everything has been very well thought out ergonomically. You have the British brand scan strap with their rock charging mount, which is a USB waterproof charger. And then you have the same level of detail in the 28 and 37 with the backlit illuminated control panel. We have a Simrad Go 12 on here with space to have two screens side by side. So if you wanted to run one as a depth sounder and one as your main GPS or Mercury vessel view, etc., all of that can be done within the Simrad network. So moving forward, you have fantastic storage, and the beam is still a really nice usable space. You have a big locker in the bow, so perfect for all your wet weather gear and anything that you want to stow away. You have a really decent size anchor locker, and you have this really nice seat base here, which is removable as well. So if you need extra space here, you can actually open this whole bow section up. So maybe you're using it for fishing or something like that. The console has a great amount of space for a boat of this size. So let's have a look inside to reveal the heads compartment. You have a decent toilet and a little sink. And if I jump in to show you, once inside, there is plenty of space here. You have a good amount of headroom. I'm quite broad-shouldered and I don't feel like I'm squashed in here. And you've got a pretty decent little sink. You also have these pockets here which hide all the electronics, but also they're practical because they're great for storage too. So now you've seen the 22 Spyder. I'm going to show you now what happens when you take this boat and pair it with one of the leading water sports manufacturers to create the Jobe Revolve. So you join me now on the brand new Jobe Revolve, which takes the 22 Axopar and marries it to one of the most established water sports brands out there. This boat is very special, and this one has the gel coat upgrade to the beautiful turquoise and neon green. It's also powered by a 175 Mercury V6 outboard. The version that we tested on the water was the 200 V6. Both of these engines really pack a punch on the 22. So, what makes the Revolve a little bit different to the standard 22 Spyder? Well, this one obviously is that stunning turquoise color, but you're also greeted with this EVA decking. This is not SeaDeck or Treadmaster or another brand that you may think of. This is actually the very material that is on the Jobe paddleboards. It's been cut ready to fit a new purpose as decking on this cool Axopar. So, a little bit different and an industry first. So we're greeted by this sun pad, which enables you to be able to sit aft and watch your friends, maybe water skiing or on a wakeboard, etc. You can use it as a backrest so that you can have it as a bench seat behind the two Helm seats. However, it has another party trick up its sleeve, because if you lift it up, quite simply, you can then change it and it goes in. And now you can fit 4 people quite comfortably and safely with good grab rails and handles. What's quite interesting is the handles on this setup are actually directly from the Jobe Water Sports brand. So it shows further DNA across the two brand partnerships. The material is stunning, it's really high quality. It's actually made by the guys that do the Brabus marine upholstery, and it's got some cool cup holders. You've got speakers back here to enjoy your time on the water. So for the 4 people back here that are sat comfortably, this grab rail is fantastic. It goes from the aft right up to the bow and offers a great handle all the way up to be secure for all the family. You then not only have this as a really good usable space, but it lifts up to reveal all that storage for your water sports equipment. Here you can put your paddle boards, wakeboards, whatever you want to do, and it's also where your switches and your batteries, etc., are all housed. But this is a really nice, clean area. It's nice to see also details like a double-skinned hatch, so everything is nicely lined with high-quality stainless fittings. The whole deck is illuminated with really nice LED lighting, which is perfect not only to look cool out in the daytime, but at night it will light up all of the deck, enabling you to be able to find all your bits at the end of the day. Moving forward, we have 2 Helm seats that look a little bit familiar. This is the same DNA as in the 28 and 37 with the 2021 spec seats. These are really cool because they enable you not only to be at the helm in a seated position, but you can also raise them. You can have a lean-to, which offers you some support at the back, or you can completely stand. And this enables you, with the edges here, to be able to sort of keep your legs against the seat and support yourself while at the helm. So maybe the seaways gets a little bit rougher or it starts to rain. This really is going to give you lots of protection, and using the boat over the last couple of days, this is really true, and it takes all the wind out of your face. So it's a really nice place to be to cover those extra long distance miles. Talking about the console, this is a really sporty design. So first of all, your footplate has that same EVA decking by Jobe. You then have these two wings on either side, which at first I thought, well, why on earth are they there? That makes no sense at all. Yes, it looks quite sporty, but in a seated position, I was worried that at sea I would smack my legs on these. Well, actually, in real world use, no, you don't. And I've put this boat through its paces in some big seas over the last 2 days, fighting 2 different storms. And not once have I hit these, like blades, I would call them. However, they're not just there for sporty looks. This is obviously a launch boat, and there are more developments to come. One of those being that these will actually fold out to the bulwarks. And that would enable extra added protection from the wind and the elements, which will sort of more enclose your boating experience, so you can really cover those miles with less fatigue. So that's a really neat idea. And they're just short enough so yes, you don't foul them with your knees in any bigger sea. The console is a really nice design. It's low enough to be sporty and give you protection while seated, but at the same time high enough so that you're not crouched over while driving. You have a nice Simrad Go 12 here with Mercury Vessel View integrated. You've got the same quality dash panel as you'd find in the 28 and 37 with backlit illuminated controls. You have obviously a Mercury DTS throttle, an Isotta wheel with nicely embroidered Axopar and Jobe branding, and the Jobe colour stitching. 2 decent size cup holders as well, and the British brand Scan Struts rock USB waterproof charger. So the 22 has this really cool trim tab control, which is also on the 28 and 37, which is just a simple joystick to maneuver the boat how you wish. You don't need the trim tabs on this boat. I've ran the Spyder out in the water for the last 2 days without touching trim tabs. I think actually one of them doesn't even have any trim tabs rigged at all. However, if you're doing water sports and you're towing, the dynamic of the boat changes, and you can then modify your setup with the trim tabs really easily. So we've covered off on the console, we've covered off on the helm seats. There's some interesting other features in this boat. You'll notice here a ride-on towable Jobe peak. And this is sculpted specifically to fit in the front of the Axopar Jobe 22, the Revolve. And it looks really cool. It's in the same colorways, and it also adds another versatility that when you're not using this, towing it behind with your kids or family or whatever, you can use this as an additional sun pad, which is a brilliant and really clever, neat idea. Forward, you have yet another seat, cup holders again, good stereo, the lighting continues up to the bow, and then a decent size anchor locker. This console, though, has masses of space inside. I'll show you that now. You have a base catch, and on gas struts, the console lifts up. This one doesn't have a toilet, but we'll show you that in a second. It's got loads of space inside. So for all of your dry bags or wet weather gear or whatever you want to chuck in there, with this and also the rear locker, you've got plenty of space on board. If we move the peak out the way, and we'll just, for the sake of a set, chuck that over there, you also have further storage. This gives you, again, loads of space. So for a 22-footer, this really offers you lots of versatility and use. Now, what else makes the Jobe edition special? Well, when you buy this boat, you have a turnkey package with tailored water sports Jobe equipment that comes with it. So it enables you to be able to really enjoy this boat as a water sports tool and platform for you to be able to extend your boating and really build memories with your family. It's got a great console, gives you loads of protection. It's got a decent sized fuel tank. It performs really well from a 115 up to a 200. Has fantastic grab rails all the way around to give you protection. The upholstery is stunning. It has the little Jobe 3D accents. This one comes in this amazing turquoise color, and the EVA decking is really cool too. Aft, you have this fantastic bathing platform, which the 28 and the 37 are renowned for. This extended platform here that's quite a wide, nice place could not only be great for water sports, getting in and out of the water with skis or a wakeboard, but it creates like a great little mini fishing platform as well. To the starboard, you have your water tank. You also have a star-shaped fixing to be able to add a GoPro or a pole for a 360 camera or a fishing rod holder, whatever you want to put in that base. This side, you have your flagpole holder, and you also have a pull-out shower. So we also have this fantastic, substantial A-frame, strong enough to tow all of your water sports requirements. You then also have a boarding ladder on the port side, which gives you ease of access onto the boarding platforms. The transom here is really accessible, so if any service requirements are needed, everything can be got to really easily.